Welcome back to the Lily Pad podcast. My name is April. I'm your host, and I am here with Chris.
Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
I'm sorry you're my cousin, by the way. I've been meaning to apologize my whole life for that.
That's not your doing. That's the universe's doing.
I know. No, it's no kidding. Actually, that's no kidding. That's no... What did I just say there?
That's all right.
Yeah, it's okay. But I'm actually glad you've always been one of my favorites.
Well, thanks.
I say that to every one of my cousins so that they feel special.
Oh, thanks. That's very nice. That's very nice.
I'm what you call a jerk.
No, you're not a jerk. Honest, yes. Jerk, no.
I'm a beep. No, I'm just kidding. With a capital B. Thank you for my coffee, by the way, too.
You're welcome. I didn't know how you took it.
That's why I said cream only.
You didn't say anything.
Yes, I did.
I didn't get that text.
Well, that explains the sugar.
Damn straight. I didn't get nothing from you.
Well, let's look at this. I would love an iced coffee, medium or large, cream only.
Oh, great.
So it was your fault they put sugar in it.
That is my fault. Sorry. It's kind of hard to read while I'm driving.
Well, yeah. But you know what? Honestly, they didn't put too much sugar in it. Because sometimes when I would say, like, 2 sugars, damn, dude, what is that, a freaking...
It's a brick. I'm sorry.
It's a brick. I think it just probably scared everybody out there. It scared me.
Come in.
Who is it? But yeah, so I stopped doing sugar because sometimes you'd put like 2 sugars and it would feel like they put 5 sugars or...
Did you ever see him load the sugar?
Yeah, that's why I had...
It's a shovel.
It is. So that's why I say don't do it anymore. But some of them, 2 sugars, it's like, did you put any sugar in it? So I just say cream only.
Yeah, it's sitting right underneath the ice.
Yeah, so I do cream only.
I'm sorry. I'll remember next time.
No. I add my sugar. I do put sugar in it, but I control what I put in because for some reason it's never consistent.
I just drink mine black. I don't care.
I can't do that. I can't. I like having the milk or cream and a little sugar in there. It can't be too sweet, though.
I look at it this way. I started getting coffee black only because, like, how can I put it? Just because of what you said. They put too much cream. They put too much sugar. It turns it into a milkshake. Or I'm on a sugar high. Never mind the caffeine. I don't even like it. So it got to the point where it's just giving me black coffee. I'll add the stuff later. A couple times I was in a rush. I just grabbed the coffee, ran out the door, drinking. Yeah. But I get used to it. It's like, you know what? Now I can actually taste the full flavor of the coffee. That's why I drink it black now. Just the way it is. And I don't add anything to it.
You know what's funny is, it's funny you say that because I'll get it cream only and I don't usually add the sugar till I get to work. Mm-hmm. So I end up drinking some of it on the way to work. So I'm like, and I've gotten used to drinking it without sugar, but I still put sugar when I get to work. I just drink half without and go in and add a little sugar. But
I just got used to it.
Yeah. I just can't do the black. I can't do it. I seriously can't.
I do it now all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe my taste buds are going bad. Who the hell knows?
I don't know if they're going bad.
They're getting picky. I know that much. I drink liquor the same way. On the rocks, that's just about it, or straight. I don't have...
What is your favorite, what is your favorite drink?
Whiskey.
Okay.
And I'm a whiskey guy.
No, is it just I'm not a drinker? I mean, I've let me rephrase that. I've had my share of good times with alcoholic beverages, but
couple of lost days here and there.
Shh, be quiet.
I didn't say nothing.
No. No, not lost. Just storytelling. But but the last, I would say at least 10 years, I'm more of a once or twice a year drinker now. But my favorite, I would say that I really like is it's either Malibu passion fruit or just regular Malibu rum with orange and cranberry juice. And my philosophy is, because it's obviously very sweet and it's a lot of sugar, but there's vitamin C, so you're getting healthy, and the cranberry juice detoxifies you.
I love how you are justifying your drink.
And it's just making it more fun with all of that health stuff going on, adding the boost to it.
Well, that's an interesting take. Mine is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's it. Okay? So I don't care. I just look at my watch. If I look at my watch and it's like, it's only 11:30 in the morning. Well, it's 5:30 somewhere.
5:30 somewhere. Now, is it just straight whiskey or specific whiskey?
Well, if I'm just going out and I'm having a couple of pops and I'm not looking for anything special, it's just Canadian Club. Or if I'm Woodbridge is something I just recently tried, and Woodbridge is really good. And I'm starting to get to the point where certain whiskeys, the higher, how can I put it? The more expensive brands, you're starting to notice, flavor-wise, you can actually taste the cask that it was cured in. I mean, or what it was getting.
Yeah, don't read that out loud. Obviously, you know that, but I was just saying.
You can actually tell. You can actually taste the remnants of the cask it was actually stored in and aged in.
Oh, okay.
And ever since, like I said, last year I started drinking some more expensive stuff. It's like wine. When you drink certain types of types of wine.
Excuse me. Yes.
Too much sugar.
Yeah, probably.
When you have certain types of wines and you're drinking like the higher end wines, the people who know wine can actually taste certain flavors within the wine. They can actually taste the grapes. They can taste how long it's been cured. All that.
They can separate that.
But you can, yes, you can smell it.
That's
you can
cool.
taste it. So the whiskeys and other liqueurs. Oh, no, I should say liqueurs. It's not a liqueur. Any other liquor in that realm. Whether it be whiskeys, even some gins, you can actually taste the different aspects of it. So it's like the higher up you go, it's going to cost you more, but in some cases, it's actually worth the money.
Oh, I agree completely. For me personally, every one of those will put hair on my chest, so it doesn't matter what they taste like. Yeah, a little too strong for this girl.
Like Jack Daniels is, I consider, I mean, it's good, but I don't consider it like the regular Jack Daniels. I don't consider that a high end, but they make now high end versions of their liquor, stuff that's been aged 10 years, some that's been aged a long time, and that's where you spend the money. And when you spend the money, you buy that more expensive stuff. You could tell the quality is completely different. It's like I said, it's like a wine. You can actually taste the quality in the drink.
Yeah.
But I've noticed that. It's another. Since I drink it, I don't mix it now. I'm either drinking on the rocks, and that's pretty much it. Or I mean, like I said, if I'm drinking stuff that's not expensive, I'll have a CC and ginger. It's mixed with ginger ale. Yeah, it's a highball. But But if I'm just having good drink, it's on the rocks, and again, I can start to taste little aspects of it that would put it up in that range. The money is well spent. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, when I used to hang over at Paul's once in a while, he had certainly because he would have. I think he was a whiskey guy too. I can't remember, but there was one brand that he had that was like apple flavored. So it was a joke. So because once in a while I would have a drink over there, and I tried that. So when I come over, he goes. When I first tried it, I was like, "Ooh, it's apple juice." Made a joke about it. So sometimes I go there. He goes, "You want some apple juice?" I'm like, "Yes, please." And I'd have a little thing of apple juice, little, because I cannot take a lot. But I don't know. I kind of weaned off of the alcohol, but I don't mind a drink here and there. If it's gonna be a beer, I could probably only drink half of it unless I chug the whole thing, which is very rare for me, because it has to be ice cold and right after you open it. Because the second it starts sitting, I
Right.
I don't do
it. Beer for me is not good. I mean, beer is a thirst quencher for me. I don't care if it's like if the 6-pack costs you $15 or $8. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's gonna go down just as fast. I mean, I've had for me, it's like if I'm working outside on a summer day and somebody brings over a case of beer, there's going to be empties all over the yard because I'm going to keep drinking it because I'm thirsty, and it goes down so easy for me. Plus
that's the worst thing to drink when you're thirsty.
Of course, it is. It's horrible, and it will actually make you dehydrate even faster. But I mean, I'm used to drinking
water.
Yeah, water's good. I'll do the water too. But I'm just saying, I'm so used to drinking whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Beer is like soda to me, so I'm just.
Well, it is carbonated.
No, but I mean,
I know.
There's a shot in one can.
Yeah.
Versus I'm having a 5-ounce glass with some ice in it. So this is kind of like, I'm drinking Kool-Aid. This is nothing. Give me more. And so I just keep dropping it.
I'm taking a picture of you, Chris. I'm going to be posting this on my website or Facebook
Oh, your
page.
poor camera.
Wait, let's. Oop.
Nice.
See?
It sounded like you backed a car into the house.
There's not one recording that goes by that I'm not banging the desk. I say this all the time, hitting something, and I'm like, I'm not even going to edit it out because it just sounds funny. Oh, come on, do something funny.
I can't do anything funny.
All right, just smile.
I'm locked in.
Look pretty.
Oh, that's hard. There you go. All right.
That's the winner.
Jesus, I can hear the sound effect in the can, and it sounds like it's like just work with me, baby, work with me, with me. Come on,
Own it.
own this, make it your bitch. Come on.
Well, you totally did it perfect. Can I post that on my Facebook page?
I don't care.
You guys?
I signed that friggin' release form. I'm screwed.
You
One of these days, I'm going to do something dumb. As if I just did.
One of these days?
I'm sorry. It's
I've
true.
known you for a long time.
Good point. Yeah. You want to see Chris do something dumb?
Just ask April.
Wait, no, just wait a second.
Where do I begin?
Just watch.
Now, me on the other hand, I have always done stupid shit, and I would admit that freely.
No, me, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, what time of the day is it? It's 9? Oh, please.
Give him 4 more minutes. He's going to do something real dumb.
I was going to say give him till noon.
No, not even.
But that was giving you too much.
Yeah, giving me way too much leeway.
Way too much. So you guys out there in online land, I am speaking with my friend Chris. My friend.
Well, I am your friend.
You are my friend, but he's my cousin. And if you're just tuning in, we're just, talking about everything and everything. But one of the things I think people... And I obviously, Chris, you can attest this right where I'm going into is I just said you're my friend. Your cousins are really your first friends if you think about it. Like even before school, you start school in first grade. The only kids you really know are your cousins. So your cousins are your first friends. So and we're blessed. We have some pretty cool ones there. I mean, specifically, I'm on the top of the chain on that one.
Yes, in this room.
Oh, stop. I meant as the whole family, but every one of you guys are going to hate me now. No, I'm kidding. But, no, we have some really nice cousins. I love everybody.
We do. And the whole group is good.
Yeah. And I was trying to think about this one night, about having every single one of you guys down. When we had Mom's birthday thing, I so badly wanted every one of us to come down here. That would be a lot of people in a small room with 5 microphones.
Oh, yeah.
6 microphones. I have to get another cord. I think there's a chance I have another cord, but I have 6 microphones now because I bought another pack of 3. I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't tell me you bought another pack of 3. We're gonna put the other microphones. One in the bathroom. What? What are you doing?
Well, no, because I got rid of the big one I had in front of me.
Oh, that's right. You did.
Andrea's was there, so I put Andrea's back in her case. So I'm using all mine because I figured if I'm using all the same microphone.
The levels will be the same.
Levels will be easier to deal with, so here's my...
Oh, there you go.
So I got 2 of these.
That's actually... And you have other slots in your mixing board for those, right?
Oh, yeah, I have like 12. 12 options, technically.
All right, that's cool.
8. Real 8 for this. But, I mean, I don't ever anticipate having that many people, but it could happen.
But you can have them facing towards the center of the room, have these going, and have those going at the same time. You also you're going to be pulling in sounds from, that's what they do in recording studios.
Yeah.
You can have them all over the place, and you can actually mix it down, what sounds better, what doesn't.
I mean, we got the 2, because you helped me put the wires over there, for the 2 over there.
Yes.
I get another one, it'll probably be for anybody who's sitting there. And I mean, honestly, for all intents and purposes, I mean, 6 microphones will definitely handle a group of people.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem with a group of people is you get too many people trying to say something, and that's where it can get kind of...
muddy.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. So having every cousin in this room would be very difficult. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're all Italian, or at least every one of us.
And we'll all be poking each other in the eye as we talk in our hands.
And, we have some black eyes in that session. But so I got to do it in segments. But I would like to have, like I said, I want to start reaching out to people, and you've been readily available, which is great because it kind of works out, especially on Saturdays. We just kind of chill out, like.
I like Saturdays.
I love Saturdays because honestly, it's like kind of like, you and I get to hang out, and
pretty much,
and it's nice. I don't think I've seen you this much in like
forever.
Since we were kids. And you guys out there know, you get older and people, they'll have the boyfriends or they go to college and they end up getting married or they have their girlfriends or whatnot and they're doing their thing and
life happens.
Life always happens. And so you can't you can't always see each other. So kind of being able to do this with you is like the coolest thing ever, because, I'd love Michael and Natalie to come down here. I know they're always busy, but I would love to have the two of them and you down here. That'd be great. Like maybe on a Saturday would be wonderful. Because I know Saturdays are easier for you sometimes, because you're always you come over sometimes anyway. So
right, but right now your brother's working on the weekends too.
I keep forgetting that.
He works on the weekends. That's the only reason why he's not here. But even at work, we're cutting each other up the whole time.
Does he like the job there?
I think so.
Yeah. Is it good for him? Like,
work is good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you guys get to see each other too, because it's nice that you guys get to see each other. I mean, even though it's at work, but you guys have lunch together and you it's you do let's try that again. You do get to spend some time together.
Yeah, for a change.
Yeah, because you guys were always kind of inseparable. You guys, when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking to my. Ooh.
You won.
Oh, it's Auntie Irene. Oh,
hello.
She just joined Messenger. Good for you.
Good.
All right. She's part of the clan. But, like I said, like we went to Danny's last week or a couple weeks ago. That was awesome. We got to spend some, see each other and stuff like that. Because, spending time with your family is really, really crucial. And it doesn't happen all the time. That's all right. But this is great. And I love being able to share stories like this with the podcast, because everybody out there has cousins.
Of course.
Well, I would be surprised if I met a person who didn't have any cousins. Well, actually, it could happen. They could be like the only child of an only child, and then maybe nobody, So I guess that is possible.
Yeah, look at me. I'm an only child.
Yeah, but you have cousins.
I have cousins.
Right.
But I'm just as messed up.
Yeah.
So you can use me as the post. Use me as the bar.
Yeah.
Only child.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, no shit.
I love you.
Somebody has to.
I just remind myself.
I'm glad it's you.
I just reminded myself of your mother. Because whenever she calls up, she's so cute. I'm like, hi, Auntie, I love you, April. I'm like, or I'll answer the phone because I know it's her, and I'll be like, ring, ring. I love you, Auntie Dottie. I don't even say hi to her. I just tell her I love her. Your parents are so cute. Like your father, when Mom invited them over for Easter, your father said in the background, is April cooking? She said yes. He goes, we'll be there.
Oh my God, he did not, did he?
Well, nothing against Mom, because they were here last Easter and he remembered how good it was. So he knew I would be making a ham and mac and cheese. The ham came out phenomenal, by the way. Those guys were eating it for a week.
Well, good.
Yeah, they enjoyed it. And your uncle had like 2 servings of the mac and cheese. I made stuffed mushrooms too. Made a shrimp cocktail. Oh yeah, we didn't tell your father about the shrimp cocktail. He walked in and said, we got more surprises for you. He goes, yeah, we took it. He go, and we're like, oh, I don't mess around. Yeah, they ain't like king and queen. I love cooking, you know that.
I'm gonna see them soon. I'm gonna see them today.
Yeah, you guys
see what kind of trouble they get into this week.
What did you guys do on Easter?
We actually stayed home. Kelly made a hell of a good ham.
Yeah, Mike and Natalie stayed home too. I would like, wouldn't it be great if they all came here?
Don't say that. Don't even put that out there, because one of these days you're going to see like cars show up out of nowhere.
Well, Mom invited Mike and Nat, but they wanted to stay in, and then your mom said you guys were staying in, so we're like, well, why don't you guys come over here? But it would have been awesome if all you guys came over.
Yeah.
Maybe next Easter.
Yeah, she slow cooked the ham. It would just
she
fall
cooked
apart.
like a spiral ham.
Oh.
See, I was going to do one of those, but I couldn't decide on the ham, and then I went my normal way with the unsliced. Well, it did the pork butt versus the shank, No, but I guess a
better than
gentleman
a shank in the butt. I'll tell you that.
Ow.
Ouch.
But no, a gentleman had said to us the pork butt for the baked ham is a good cut because it's leaner and it's less salty than the shank. And I think I usually got the shank, and so we did the pork butt, and it was amazing. It was so good. Like, it wasn't salty, it was very tender, and it was lean. There was barely any fat on it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I ate it for like 2 to 3 days because I bought a 12-pound ham for 4 people.
Got it, girl.
Yeah, I know I was thinking leftovers, but minga. And then I made a pound and a half of mac and cheese, and that was so good. My mac and cheese. And it wasn't fancy, but it's 2 pounds of cheese, American and Hoffman chopped cheddar, with a pound and a half of pasta. and I add the
You got any
milk.
left over?
No.
God damn it.
See, so next time,
Next time, I'm bringing my own. I'm coming over here with the booze.
Next year, I'm recruiting you. I'm going to, next year, this time next year, we better be talking about how we spent Easter together. I'm going to kick your ass.
Nice. Real nice. You said you loved me a little while ago, and now you're saying you're going to kick my ass.
Yeah, it's done out of love.
Nothing says love like a kick in the ass.
It's done out of love, my friend.
Yeah.
Done. Don't make me come after you. Because I'll make it hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, no,
and
I'm
I
not-
can't run anymore. I can't
I
run.
run, it just looks funny.
Yeah, you still catch me, though. I
And
can't
it looks
move
like
quick.
it's painful for me.
No.
People are like, is she okay?
She's all right. Just get out of her way. If she falls, you're dead. No, I can't even run anymore. She'd catch me in like 3 seconds.
I don't know.
I'd just stand there and cry.
I'm really not a good runner. The last time I remember running and it not hurting was when I played softball. When I was a kid. It was before I used to get hit in the knees when I played catcher. She used to hit me. And I'm like, seriously, I need these. I need these for
No
the next
kidding.
million, thousand years, depending on how long I'm living. Hopefully not that long.
I was running up until last year.
Really?
Yeah, until the accident. But other than that,
Oh, yeah.
no, I don't run. I just stand there and close my eyes and go, "Oh, this is gonna hurt."
Yeah. Is coming down the stairs painful for you? Because now I'm just thinking about
No,
it.
it's not. It's not really painful for me. It's just that. Well, I have to be careful the way I walk.
Mm-hmm.
But as I come down the stairs, I got to hold on to the railing because my left leg is nowhere near as strong as my right,
Okay, yeah.
and it's still loose in the knee.
It's
mean,
still loose in the knee. Okay.
The inside the knee feels loose, and it's just I don't want to take the chance. I mean, I still get aches and pains, still,
Yeah.
you know.
I got to delete that video off of YouTube, by the way.
Okay.
It's easy. Sorry, I rooted back to that when we were talking about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it still hurts from time to time. I still got to put it up every once in a while.
yeah.
It'll take a couple Tylenol, but I have to be careful going downstairs. I
Yeah.
just don't feel.
Steady enough.
I don't feel steady at all. Every time I go down a flight of stairs, I'm holding onto a railing.
I hold on to a railing, and I'm much more mindful of stairs because I fell down. Remember when I fell down the stairs? Mm-hmm. That was it was a Thanksgiving back when I lived in Plastow. Oh my God. And a classic example of not only having too much in your hands, but not. And I was trying to be careful because I was wearing corduroys that were a little too big for me because I had been losing weight that year, and I had clogs on.
Oh
But
my God,
in
you're
my
asking
hands,
for it.
my hands were full. Now, this was actually shortly after one of my surgeries. I had my laundry bag in front of me, kind of like holding it up, kind of like it was covering my belly and my chest area. And I had something else. And what I was doing is I was putting my feet sideways on the stairs. No, because the clogs, it would have been more, because the stairs weren't. I wanted to make sure my whole foot was on a step, so I was going to go down slowly, slightly on the sideways. So instead of having my feet normal, where it might, because I had a lot in front of me.
Right, you don't want to be top. You want to be front heavy and go off
Exactly.
balance.
So but what had happened is when I put my foot on the step, my foot was not completely on; it was too far out. So I was still
Oh my God.
front heavy. So I fall down the stairs. But the good thing about the laundry bag is it cushioned me, so nothing
Thank God.
happened in the area where I had my surgery. But I remember landing, and people say your life passes before you. No, every swore passed before me going down the stairs. Mm-hmm. I basically said, "Are you effing kidding me? Are you effing kid? Seriously?" I think I said F-bombs in my head about 20 times. Literally going down those stairs because I'm thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen when I land? I wasn't thinking about my life. I was thinking about my future. I was thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? Like, I didn't know how I was going to, because, pass out, break something. So I land, and I wasn't unconscious. I opened my eyes. I'm like, okay, let's see if you can move. I was able to move. Nothing hurt. I mean, I was achy, and I looked around quickly. As I was getting up, I saw my glasses had fallen off, and they broke off where the left arm is here.
Awesome.
So one part was over here, part was over here. I'm like, okay, great, that's all right. And I'm getting up, and I'm like, okay, well, nobody saw me, so my pride isn't bruised. The rest of me is, but my pride is fine. So I get up, and
Yeah, no kid went back and went, ah!
He said, look at what happened to that poor girl. So, Chris is opening a piece of orange. That's loud. That's loud.
That's
Take it away
supposed to
from the
be.
microphone. That's hurting my ears. I got headphones on. Those are good, though, aren't they? They're from Italy. They have the lemon and the orange and the cherry. But anyway, back to me.
Back to you falling.
Back to me falling. So I was slowly getting up, and I was looking down, and I saw a drop of blood. I'm like, oh, this can't be good. Because it was obviously from my face. So I'm thinking, okay, well, nothing's obviously broken, so good sign. But, okay, now there's blood, so there's a problem. So I stood up, and my neighbor had one of those glass, and I looked up. And as I'm getting up, I just felt like a waterfall. I couldn't feel anything yet. The pain receptors hadn't picked up on anything yet. Half my face, I looked in the mirror, half my face was covered in blood from my eyebrow. And I'm like, I'm in a horror movie. I'm like, oh shit. Excuse my language. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, okay. And so I sat down, I called Mom, and she answers the phone. And I said, she's like, hi, honey, because I was going to go get coffee. So I said, listen, Mom, I fell down the stairs, and I'm bleeding from my face, but I'm fine. What? Here, talk to Eric. Remember Eric Pascal? He comes over. Oops, I said someone's last name. So she goes, here, talk to Eric. And he gets on the phone, he goes, hey, what's up? I said, Eric, sweetheart, I really can't chit-chat right now. Can I talk to Mom? Because Mom was going to leave to come get me. And I go, Mom, call Michael, stay where you are, please. You have a house full of people coming, nothing's broken, I can stand up, I'm fine. Just call Michael. So she calls Mike. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going up the stairs right now. So I sat my butt down, and I decided I'm not wearing clogs, and I happen to have a change of clothes. So I was putting my sneakers on. Now, mind you, one of my hands had blood on it. And so I had just my right hand because I touched my face, and so I had some blood on my hand. I didn't want to wipe anything yet because I wanted to go back upstairs because I wanted to wash my face. But I didn't want to go anywhere in case I got lightheaded going up the stairs or anything. So I'm like, I'll just wait for my brother to get here. So I sit down, and I start putting my sneakers on with one hand while smoking a cigarette. I had a cigarette hanging on my mouth. So I'm like, well, I'm smoking a butt. This is
awesome.
Happy Thanksgiving, you know? So I'm sitting there. So apparently Mom, and I didn't know this obviously at the time, I found out afterwards, but Mom had said to Michael, you need to go get your sister, don't get mad at her. Don't get mad at her. She fell down the stairs. She because I told them afterwards, I said I had a lot on my hand, but I was trying not to be careless on the stairs. I just misstepped myself. So Michael pulls up, and he's got Natalie with him. So Michael's got oh my effing God, my sister's bleeding from her face, but I have to stay calm and I'm not going to get mad at her. Like, he just, very serious. And Natalie had the, every, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, she had that look on her face, she was like, oh my. And I said, so I'm sitting there with a cigarette in my hand, and in my mouth, smoking with my good hand, and with my bloody hand, I waved, and I went, Happy Thanksgiving. So we went upstairs. We left all my stuff, set my purse downstairs. We went up and washed my face. And I couldn't tell really how bad it was, but it was a gash right here, literally at the hairline, at the bottom hairline of. And now, if you think about how much worse that could have been, because my glasses went in this direction versus towards the eye. I almost lost my eye. I could have lost my eye.
Your glasses did it, I think.
My glasses did do it. When they broke, they sliced my eye. So I got 14 stitches. And the funniest part about it was when I walked into the hospital, there was not one person sitting waiting. There was one person in triage. And we wiped my face, and I put an ice pack on it. And we get there, and she looks at me, and I had the ice pack on my face, and then I just did this. I removed it. So she just says, nope, come here. Because it's a face wound, you have to get to it right away. So she put some numbing gel, go in there, they put some numbing gel on it. They didn't give me a needle, and it really numbed that whole area. And she started stitching, and she had to go and come back, and I said, is it only half stitch? Because I'm like, oh. I want to take a picture of it and send this to my guy friends. I want them to picture of my half open eye. She's like, no. You're not doing that. I'm like, but
you should, with the caption that says, Christmas at my Thanksgiving at my mother's house, kicking ass again. Yeah.
I win.
Yeah, with your hands up in the air.
Whoever gets to the emergency room on Thanksgiving gets the prize. So, stitches. So
you should see the rest of my family. I'm in here.
Oh my God! And it was so, I was pretty much in and out. They bandaged me up or whatever like that. So I have broken glasses. And when I was on the phone with Mom before I got picked up with Michael, I go, my glasses broke. And and she goes, well, that's okay. She goes, honey, we'll go get you glasses tomorrow. I'll pay for it. I'm like, but we weren't doing Christmas presents this year. She's like, well, this is your Christmas, birthday, and next Christmas present. How's that?
Nice.
But oh my God! And but yeah, if you're not looking, now granted, my eyebrows need to be separated. I only have one brow right now, but.
You don't. You're fine.
I know, but if you look really close, that's where the scar is, and it actually worked out pretty good.
Yeah, you can't even tell. You can't even see it.
No, they did a very good job. Even my plastic surgeon, when I went to visit him post-surgery, he said they did a very good job when they sewed up your face. I'm like, I hope so, because...
That's the moneymaker.
Yeah, right. My face? All right. We'll go with that. My face is the moneymaker. Everybody who knows me is like, that's not it. We've seen her.
That's all right. When I was looking into going into the radio business, and my friends just say, you got a face for radio. Thanks.
Yes, that's what they say. You have a face for radio. What do you say? What'd you call me? You should call me ugly? Yes, I did. All right, thanks. No, I never thought I'd be in radio. I always wanted to be in radio. Never thought, what are you doing to my stuff? No, just kidding. He's playing with all my equipment, like the... It's funny.
Experimenting.
Yes, but it's also getting on the show, and we don't want the... What other kind of scars do you have? Anything like...
Me?
Like any kind of like... What would you say is the most interesting scar? And before you go any further, those of you, if anybody listens to this episode, I want to hear your scar stories.
Mine?
No.
Oh,
no. Theirs too. Like, I'm going to have them... I want you guys to email me, april@thelilypadpodcast.com. I want you to tell me your most interesting scar story. And if they're embarrassing and humiliating, those are the best. So
yes, and no, you include vasectomies. No, I'm only kidding.
No, not the kind that you plan on getting. The kind that you like, like mine. I took a face dive down a flight of stairs and was fortunate enough not to have any... I did get cellulitis in my leg, by the way, from that.
Really?
Yeah, because I had in my front leg here near is it the tibia or fibula over there?
Tibia.
Well, there's two in there.
The tibia.
Yeah. So
that's the one I broke.
That's that's a bigger one. So right on the front there, I ended up having a bump after the fall for a few weeks, and I happened to be at my primary for something else, and I was like, oh, hey, by the way, I fell down the stairs, and he just looked at me like, okay, and he was like, well, what the hell happened? I told him, and I was like, oh, by the way, check out this bump. Well, he lost all the color on his face. He goes, how long have you had that? I'm like, I don't know, since the accident. And that day, he had just started getting red and sore. He goes, when was it start? I said, it just started getting red today. He said, it's getting real painful, too. He goes, you're getting on, it was cellulitis because it was an infection.
Ah.
And cellulitis can get you in the hospital, and if it's untreated, I think it can even kill you. So
I have no
it's
idea.
a good thing that he saw that. So he's like, I want you on this antibiotics, and I want you to come back here in like a week and a half, something. And then obviously it was fine. And I had it twice after that accident because it's kind of like you're prone to getting in that area if I get like a scratch or something or whatever. But yeah. So those of you out there who have any kind of interesting stories, the more obscure stories, those are really great. But email them, april@thelilypadpodcast.com. I'll definitely read some of those on an upcoming episode or two, depending if I actually get any emails.
The only interesting one that I have is the last one I just got, but that was from surgery from breaking my leg.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got some...
It was definitely unexpected, that's for sure. You weren't planning on that. No,
I wasn't planning on that. I was just planning on going over to my mother's house and saying hi to my parents, but I never made it. Oops.
No,
I mean, other than these, I got these two here on my forehead.
Yeah.
One was chasing a cat.
Was it the cat's fault?
No, I was chasing a cat. The cat decided to run underneath the bed, and I was like, what?
You thought you could fit?
About 6 or 7.
Ooh.
I tripped, did a swan dive, hit the bed, put a hole right above my eye. On the forehead. On the forehead. But, you know, back then they didn't give you Novocaine, so it was like you and 6
They
years.
did it?
No. Because, well, this was in the 70s. So they held me down.
Novocaine in the 70s?
They did, but they didn't give you Novocaine injections in your forehead.
Oh.
Anything was close.
That's probably why she didn't give me a needle in my eye.
That's right. They didn't want to give that
They did
kind
the
of stuff.
gel.
Right. So
Okay,
they didn't have the gel then. So it was like one orderly holding my head and about 6 other people holding me down as they stitched me.
Oh.
And 6 months later,
Dun, dun, dun.
a repeat on this side.
Seriously, dude?
Yes. Oh, it was a year
Same
later.
scenario or just...
Same scenario. I was chasing a ball, hit my
but
mother's
no-
green cadenza with the other side. I knew I lost my mind. I was screaming. I was just, you know, does it hurt? Does it hurt? It's not the hurt I was worried about because I knew what I was in for when I go to the hospital.
And how
Everybody
long,
holding me down
How long
and
ago
stitching me
was
up
it
again.
between...
A year. Oh yeah. So it's there was a stint in my life where I just walk into the emergency room and say, "Oh, Chris, how you doing? What are you doing? What happened?"
What happened now, Chris?
Yep. Yeah, I was at that stage where I wasn't paying attention to anything.
You know, they probably had a poll going at the hospital. I wonder if Chris is going to come in this
I
weekend.
don't know. I got him in June.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that kid again. It's been a couple weeks, so he should be here
Come
anytime.
on, hold out.
Give it 5 minutes, and there he is.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I
Yeah.
got those. I had a scar on my arm, which is no longer seen.
Mm-hmm. I have a scar on my
From a
knee
knife, but-
from reenacting. Remember the movie Midnight Madness? I want to say. Hold on, I'm going to Google this because I can't remember the year, but I want to say it was Michael J. Fox. Like, I think it was his first movie or something.
Midnight Madness?
Yeah, it's wicked funny. Hold on. So, 1980 it came out. And basically, let's see, does it have... Oh, it was a Disney movie?
Probably.
Definitely a Disney movie. I don't want to play the trailer, but... Oh, here we go. IMDb. The Great All-Nighter was the name of the game.
The Great All-Nighter.
So this guy puts together... Okay, Leon playing the Great All-Nighter. So he picks a... It was for college students. It was an all-night-long scavenger hunt, basically. And they had teams, and they would go all over, and they have a clue, and be like, okay, what is this? Oh, that means we got to go here and do this, and get...
Right.
And so there'd be a prize at the end. So a friend of ours from high school... but I don't think we were in high school anymore. Were we still in high school? No,
That's when all the best stuff happens.
I think we were like maybe 20. It was either just out of high school. Like, we're still really young. He does basically the same thing. So it was Methuen. I think there were parts of Lawrence, the Andovers, Haverhill, Salem, New Hampshire.
Wow.
Methuen. And he did kind of like, it wasn't an all-nighter. This was just, there was X amount of clues that he had sporadically anywhere in these towns. And you'd had your teams of 4 or 5. I think we did 4. I think most people did 4. And it was me, Carrie, Erica, and Joel. And you start off at his house. You get your first clue, and you all take off and you go in your different directions. And then you hopefully figure out the clues before everybody else. And then you get to and what it is I think you paid $5 to get in, and it was... I think it was 4 or something like that, because I think you got $100 as it was like $100 prize.
Nice. That's
So-
still cool.
Yeah, and then there was a party at his house when you were done, So, this particular year, we were in Erica's car. It was a little silver one. And you remember when Howard Johnson's was still in Haverhill before the CVS
Yes,
was
I
built?
do.
So this is when Howard Johnson's was still there. And I remember one of the clues, we were sitting in the parking lot, and I'm like, oh... And we had just gotten drinks at McDonald's in Salem. We were in Salem, New Hampshire, part of that. Now, I got a water. Not what is it? Unbeknownst to me, what was that I was actually going to need that in a matter of minutes once we got to Howard Johnson's there. So we're looking at the clue, and I think it was Carrie and Erica in the back seat. I was driving, and Joel's in the front. I said, Joel, I don't want to drive anymore. Do you want to switch? She goes, yeah. So he's running around the back. I'm running around the front, and I slip on gravel. And down I go, and I land on my knees, and I gouged my right knee with gravel, like gouges. So I'm on the ground. Joel gets into the passenger seat, and they're all trying to figure out this clue, and they're like, "Where?" And they all remember, like, "Where's April?" And all of a sudden, they saw one of my hands go on the hood. My other hand goes on, and pull myself up. I'm right here. I was on the ground, trying to get off the ground because I was in so much pain. So I look at my leg. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, ugh, no. So I'm like, well, I have water. I can rinse it out. And I had to wipe. My leg was covered in blood. I get in the car. I'm like, guys, can I have that towel back there? And they're like, what does this mean? And then they're looking. I'm like, guys, can I have the towel? And they're like, well, I know this could possibly mean here. And I'm like,
What does she
guys,
want towels for? What's going on with her?
I'm like, guys, can I have a towel? They're like, what's the matter? They're like, what does this mean? I'm like, guys, I need the towel. They said, what for? I said, I'm covered in blood. Remember you saw me climb up from the ground? Yeah, there was a problem there.
Is that a clue?
So I had to that's what that means. So I got my water, rinsed my leg.
Is that going to get us to $100?
No, I ended up coming in we ended up coming in second that year. Because if he finds out if you get tickets. I don't know how he does, but if you get pulled over by the cops, you're disqualified. So you can't be reckless. And so you can't, cheat. I don't know how he completely found it out, if anybody did or not, but so we get to the house and we're literally, I couldn't run anymore. My leg was hurt. So they had to do any of the running around when we got to certain places, and I was kind of useless at that point. Although at the end I couldn't feel my leg, but I made myself run to the finish line because we were trying to get first, and we did, and we got second. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go home and get my stuff because I was supposed to go camping the next day. So I had a couple Band-Aids on this gigantic gouge, right? So, I walk in.
Butterflies at this point.
I walk into the house. Mom and Dad are sitting there like, hi, honey. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to get my stuff and I got to pee. They said, what happened to your leg? I said, oh, no, I just, I tripped or whatever. It's a flesh wound, So I'm getting ready and I was looking at it. I was like, oh, my God, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's real bad. And I'm like, can't let them see it. So really Band-Aid the crap out of it, right? So Mom's like knocking on the bathroom.
47 Band-Aids later.
She's like, honey, how's your leg? I'm like, oh, it's fine. Just a flesh wound,
Meanwhile, at the Black Knight.
She's like, I really would like to see
movie.
that. She's like, I'd like to see that. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. She's like, I'm going to see that. I'm like, oh, fine. She looked at it. She goes, yeah, we're going to the hospital. I'm like, so we go to the hospital, and I said, don't tell them I'm going camping. Of course, me saying that, I shouldn't have said that. She wants to go camping this weekend. Can she do that? They said, nope. I'm like, so I got stitches in my knee, and I remember going back to the party, all mad because I couldn't go camping. I think it was in July. And I was even more mad that I couldn't go swimming the way I wanted to go swimming. But I was like, screw this. I'm going into that hot tub. I put a plastic bag around my leg, and my leg was hanging out of it.
That a girl.
And I sat in that hot tub drinking alcoholic beverages.
Nothing wrong with that?
I believe we were. I'm pretty positive we were all over 21 at that point. I don't think we were under the age, but that was a good time.
I think the best scavenger hunt story I heard. Can I mention radio stations?
I would prefer you not.
Okay, well,
just because I don't really.
There was this top 40 radio station in Boston.
That's fine. That leaves it to be anything. On
the far end.
And back in the day, the station might not even exist anymore.
Oh, they do.
Oh, okay.
Well, one does, one doesn't. Well,
whatever.
Well, let's put it this way. There was one independent radio station that is no longer around, which is like maybe a little like halfway down the dial.
Okay.
They used to play a lot of local music and cover a lot of the local Boston music scene.
Okay.
No, it was Boston.
Oh, right, Boston.
Near Fenway. Anyway.
Oh.
Anyway, they're not around anymore. I'm going to say it.
No.
Anyway.
Just because.
Anyway, they had this game called Hide the Salami. It's beautiful. This is a good one. And what they would do is they would take tickets to a show or stuff like that, tape it to an actual salami.
Okay, can you get it at a deli?
Right. You buy the whole salami. They buy the whole salami.
Corando hard salami is delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
I want an Italian sub now.
So they would tape whatever the prize was to that, and they would hide it somewhere in the Boston area.
Oh my God, that's
they
awesome!
Would, and this was great because they were either really good tickets or they were it was cash or it was gift certificate to whatever. And I mean, they had some really decent. It was really good promotion because they got people to listen, and then everybody would go and find it.
Did they do this more than once?
Yes, they used to do it more than once.
Okay, so before you go any further, any of you out there who, if anybody, like I said again, hopefully people are listening, any of you out there who recognize this particular Hide the Salami game, email me your story if you have one, April at the lilypadpodcast.com. That's going to be another interesting one. So hopefully I'll get something. That'd be great.
So
Go ahead. Sorry.
They hit it somewhere. And this was actually really good because all the clues for throughout the entire day were leading these people all over the city of Boston. Well, come to find out, where they hid this was at a competing radio station.
They did it.
Yes, it was in the waiting room. And this station is a very popular top 40 music station in Boston.
Funny.
At the far end of the dial, I don't even know the town it's in. It's towards the end. It's still around. Anyway, so they hid it in the lobby. While they were giving these clues away, all of a sudden, this couple of people show up in the lobby of this radio station. They start looking on the couches, and about 5 or 6 other people run into the place and turn the whole waiting room upside down.
How'd they figure it out?
The clues they were given all day long.
Oh, that particular day.
And they were going bananas. They started apparently it was tickets to a real big concert that was coming, and they tore the waiting room
Did they
apart.
actually get in trouble for doing that?
Yes, they did.
I was going to say. Okay, any of you guys out there who know this story?
Yeah, they actually, people are running around going, I got the salami, and I got the tickets. They're running around, and they actually trashed the waiting room. Cops ended up getting called. It was hysterical.
I would love if one of the people that were actually doing that rampaging would email me.
That was, because that was amazing. And, they were not too happy. They were not too happy.
As soon as you tell me all this, I'm like, ooh, they must have been mad.
Oh, they were mad. Especially when they figured out it was another radio station that did it.
Yeah, but...
just for giggles.
Hence, that could have been the beginning of a very big war. Like not a bad war, but, all right, well, that's all right. We're going to get you sleep with one eye open type of deal. We're going to get you. No?
They wouldn't have bothered, but the station that was having the scavenger hunt wasn't very big.
So they didn't care.
But they didn't really care. But the fact that they got a whole bunch of college students ripping their friggin' waiting room apart, looking for this thing. What are you looking for? Salami. What? Get the hell out of here. People are yelling at them.
I don't mind us. Just we're checking out the place.
Furniture getting tossed around, and finally they find it.
So what was it? Where was it in there? I mean, there can't be that much to destroy in a lot, unless it's a big lot, unless you have a lot in there.
Well, this station's got money. So, I mean, there's like couches, coffee tables, magazines, typical waiting room. A couple of plants.
Where was it?
Oh, was that? I don't remember where in the waiting room it was, but it's like underneath the friggin', I don't know if it's behind a tree or something, but they ripped the place apart trying to find it. And they were, what, are you going to look it up and see if you can find it?
No.
Yeah, this is before video, and I don't think they even put it on the internet. But yeah, it actually happened.
Oh, I'm like,
I mean, I hate to be a part of. I know I always got worried. I mean, I get some pretty twisted friends. I mean, if I ever got involved in a scavenger hunt, one of the clues could be in a funeral home. I mean,
yeah.
they're kind of weird that way. It's like, go in there. Excuse me, Mr. James. I'm sorry that you're in the box. Move. Nope, nothing there. Put him back down. No.
I'm just, I'm not finding exactly what I'm looking for, but. Oh. Okay.
What?
No, the name of the communications group. I love the name of it, but. So anyway, so. I don't remember any of that because I mean I know I listened to both of those stations, but
yeah, I remember when that happened. I was too busy laughing because they talked about it the next day. One radio station didn't want to talk about it. The other one was like, "You're not going to believe what we did."
Guess what? I have a story for you.
We won't be running this contest anymore because of this.
Oh, did they have to stop? Oh. Well, I mean...
I think it was the last time they did. Just because of that, they got in so much trouble for it. Hey, I think it's funny. I think it's great. Suck it up. You're in the business. You're going to have little pranks like that. Come on.
Yeah.
Be real.
Yeah.
It's not like you threw live turkeys out of a helicopter for crying out loud.
That would be horrible. But no, yeah. That's funny. That's funny. So, yeah, hopefully... I know my house makes some weird noise. Always does that, though.
What's going on?
I don't know. This
Who's
house,
here?
this house at night, like if she's asleep, when I used to sleep down here, I could always tell when Nana was walking down the hall because of her slow, steady walk. Now, everybody out there, my Nana passed away a long time ago, but yeah, I could tell I could tell when Nana was walking down. He was still alive at that point, but I could tell his walk. I could tell Mom's walk and Dad's walk, but from Nana and Nana's bedroom, the slow walk was Nana making sure all is well.
You can tell my walk. I sound like Igor.
I just have a
What
heavy
hemp?
walk. I can't. When I, as Mom put it, or as I put it, said to Mom that nothing about me is dainty, is I bought some new face jewelry. I bought some new little studs for my nose, and I'll explain why. and the nose rings. So Mom comes down one day,
That's awesome.
and I had the nose ring on. This was a few weeks ago, and so I'm talking to her for a good 5 minutes, and she didn't even notice it. And the funny thing is she didn't like it. I'm like, but you didn't even notice it, from the stud to the ring. But I kind of liked it. It tickles because I'm not used to having the little nose ring. So she's like, oh no, she goes, I like the studs. The studs are more dainty. I said, Mom, nothing about me is dainty. And then that's really true.
I couldn't even
right
think.
down
I
to
couldn't
my
even think
walk.
about doing that.
Oh, it takes 2 seconds. Want me to do it?
What, a stud in the nose?
Wait,
No,
wait.
no. That's the cat.
I know. I was gonna see if we could. Sometimes she meows so loud that it does get picked up.
No, I would never do that.
No.
No. Well, I'm a guy. What's the chances of a guy getting into a fight versus a girl? That's all I need is have my nose stapled to the back of my skull because I got caught one in the face. No. That ain't happening. How do you, go to the emergency room like this? Yeah, I got it. Could you remove that?
Well, then you just get the one in the middle, and your septum's now done. People get it all the time.
Great. No, I'm all set. Oh, that's good. So what happens if I lose it? I whistle?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That'd actually be kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny until, as long as you're not sleeping with somebody in the same bed. Then it'd be like, shut up!
I'm going to need you to go ahead and sleep in the other bedroom. That'd be great.
I'm going to need you to move the hell out or fill that hole.
One
of the two.
I want a divorce. It's over. I'm sorry.
No, I got enough piercings. I got 2 in each ear. I'm good.
Yeah, I have the ears and my nose. Not done with the tattoos yet, though.
Oh, neither am I.
I need to get the one on my back. I want to change all entirely. I want to completely change. It's going to obviously have to be bigger because it's not a small tattoo. I don't like it. It's not the best quality. That's what I get for straying. But I want to have it fixed and redone. Something really cool. I just don't know yet.
Oh, I'm not done yet. I still have a few I got to do.
I want to get 2 more on my arm. I want to get the lily pad with a pink lotus leaf, and I want to get a dragonfly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's very nice.
Yeah. Probably both right here. Not directly on the wrist, but like right there.
A little higher up. Yeah, that's nice.
Slightly higher up. More fleshy there, and it's not directly over my veins.
I'm going to get a tattoo where my scar is.
There you go.
Right? I'm going to get a tattoo there, and it's going to be one of those mechanical drawings that you see.
Oh, like nuts and bolts?
Yeah, but what it's going to be is it's actually going to show what the hell is in my leg.
Oh,
Well, like it's going to have the it's going to have the
interesting.
plate. It's going to have the plate. It's going to have the screws going through it,
All right,
and a little line pointing to it, saying 8 by
That's kinda
32,
cool.
8 by 32,
8 by 32.
8 by 32, 1.5 inch long screw
like a
socket, whatever that. Everything that's in my leg. It's going to be like a blueprint. It serves 2 reasons. One, I get to laugh at the scar in my broken leg, and also at the same time, if I ever end up in the hospital again, I go, shit, I think he's got something there. Oh, look at the diagram, and we know what's in his leg.
Yep.
Do not cut here.
Or cut along this line.
Open flap, remove hardware.
Remove hardware. But yeah, I definitely love tattoo. But I waited till I was 21. Like I wanted a tattoo probably when I was late teens. Waited till I was a little older. One, because I was afraid of my dad. Dad was conservative, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a phase, technically, because people change their minds, and I'm like, if I still want this when I'm 21, I'll get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already lived on my own, or I living? I think I was living on my own when I got it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm 21. I'm living on my own. I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't like it at first, but they dealt with it. Mom and Dad were really good. They didn't like everything we did, but
They're not supposed to.
exactly. And then they got over it, and they were fine.
Yeah, they're not supposed to like what the hell you
No.
did.
But
I'm
what's
sure their
nice-
parents didn't like what they did.
They didn't always hold on to the stuff that they didn't like, too, you know. Mom has adjusted quite nicely to the fact that I have a truck driver's mouth. Sometimes it's a lot, and it's excessive. But, you know.
I mean, there's a lot of things I did my parents didn't like either. A lot.
I was going to say, yeah, you can emphasize a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. You want to know what? I was the one who usually got grounded. It was my friggin' nonchalant, discreet brother who didn't teach me how to be like that. He never got grounded.
He knew. He was smart. See, he knew you were going to get caught, and the actual attention would be focused on you more than him. Mm-hmm. He said, "All right, let her twist in the wind, and I'm going to, and I'm going to get away with it."
If she wanted to be born loud, that's her problem. I'm quiet. I know how to not get caught. Michael flew under the radar. He was good.
Yeah, but see, that was the advantage you had. You had a brother. If something happens in the house,
I still have a brother. Thank God.
But they still, if something happened in the house and you two were home. No, all right. Which one did it?
They didn't have to. They just looked at me.
Yeah. Well, there's that moment of doubt because they knew Michael wasn't no angel. But me, I was a shoe-in. Something happened.
Oh
in the
yeah.
house.
At least there was a 50-50 chance of.
Yeah. Me. No, forget it. It's like you. What did you do?
Maybe 70-30. Most likely it's April, but no.
Yeah, me? No, it's not 70-30. It's a toss-up between me and the dog. And I don't think Sandy would have done anything.
No. I do have to say, I was very blessed to have a brother. I like having a sibling. I always felt being a girl, I always felt a little extra protected because if there was ever, and plus I had all you guys, I mean, if anything was to ever happen, all I'd have to do is tell Michael, and he would look at me, he was like, I'll call the cousins. I'll make a couple calls, and there was one time I did get roughhoused by a gentleman. I don't think I ever told you that. I did tell you a long time ago. And Michael had a tone in his voice. Where is he? That's all he kept saying. Where is he? I said, Michael, he's gone. Where? And Michael had a tone that I'd never heard, and I've never heard since then. But it was because he knew someone put a finger on me. And he had the voice as nobody's going to hurt my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So I always, and as a kid growing up too, like I always loved knowing that I had that. It was just like that little extra, because, I knew Dad would always protect us, even though he was, not in the best health, because he was a heart patient and everything. But I knew Dad, if Dad knew something ever happened, forget about it. He would have killed the person who hurt one of his kids. And rightly so, because he's protecting his young.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael, it was nice to have the extra protection. I always liked having you because I knew, like, you are like another brother. You still are another brother to me. So it was always nice to know that I had that protection. But Michael never got caught doing and Michael wasn't really that bad. I mean, I wasn't either. But as far as being discreet, Michael was very good at it. I think he's even said it now. We're two very different personalities. Very different. Michael's calming for the most part, a lot quieter. Although when he gets mad, watch out. Me, it's like
I lived with him for a while.
Yeah, I'm like a tornado, no matter what happens. And if I get mad, watch out.
I
know. Watch out. Yeah.
I try not to get mad anymore. I try not to because I look at the stuff that I'm getting mad. I was like, all right, is it really worth it?
You got to pick your battles.
Yeah,
you got to pick them wisely. To see. You can't get mad at everything.
I try not to get mad at everything. I mean, there's certain times where I've gotten mad. Certain times I've lost my cool. But when I have, it's because of good reasons.
I would always lose my cool when something happened to my car.
Oh, yeah.
One example, and I'll try not to make this a long story. When Mom and I used to go to Boothbay Harbor, Maine, I'd always have my car looked over, make sure the fluids were good, everything, tires were good, everything was up to par before I went like 2 hours into Maine. Everything was good. My friend checked out everything. Everything came out perfect. Everything. He did all the tests, everything. And so we get up to Boothbay, and I want to say it was my first year up there. But anyway, we get up to Boothbay, and all of a sudden, and we're not even there 15 minutes, my car starts overheating uncontrollably. Uncontrollably. We have to pull over. So Mom is sitting here, oh my God, how am I going to keep this girl calm? Because she knew I was going to blow a head gasket. She knew I was going to lose my cool. And so there's some people walking by the car, oh, you're not getting anywhere with that. I'm like, thanks.
I hate those people.
Mom's like, she looked at me and she goes, don't worry about it. We have money in AAA.
There you go.
And I'm like...
Which means
and I looked
free
at
burgers.
Free what?
You're going to get burgers.
Oh, free burgers. And I looked at her, I said, yeah, that's great. That is good.
Then you're getting home. They'll bring it home.
And I said, I can't believe this. I'm like, I can't believe this because I'm thinking, we just got to Maine, now we have to go home. Because I don't have a car. So we called, there was a girl working because we're near one of those public parking areas. So she gave us some numbers for local garages, and one of them I think was open, but they didn't have towing. But he said if you go to this place, there, and I'm going to say their name. No, I won't say their name. I'll say their name. Hawk Motors up in.
That's for you.
Yeah, up there, Booth Bay. And so we call them. They said we'll be there, and we'll be there in like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, he pulls up. Now, mind you, the guy was good looking too, but he was married. So, couldn't even have that. Like, am I in a bad situation? But at least I got eye candy.
I was going to say, it's eye candy. There you go.
Yeah. So, and it was so nice. He took care of it, and I looked at him, I said, well, it's obviously my radiator, because it could tell exactly what had happened. I can tell by looking at it, and so he goes, yep, it's definitely a radiator. So
yeah, better than a head gasket. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, I blew that. Head gasket in my car was fine. So, throw it on the flatbed, and they were literally down the street, because we had driven past them. They were on the strip before you get to the little portion where the bay is. And so he pulls up, and we're sitting there, and the radiator was new. I just got the radiator. So, it was a crack in it.
Oops.
I told him, I said, it can't be I said, I know it's a radiator thing. I said, but I'm not sure why. The radiator is brand new. It's in very good condition. So when the mechanic had called me over, and he goes, you're absolutely, because the radiator looked great. He goes, your radiator looks great. He goes, except for the crack that has now. I said, oh, that's a problem. And so they, we were AAA Gold, and he said, the guy behind the counter, he says, if we can find a radiator, we're going to fix your car today. And I said, well, I don't have to get it today if you want to. He goes, we're not open tomorrow. The body side of it. I'm like, oh, he goes, if I get your radiator, he goes, it's getting fixed today. So when, in about 10 minutes, one of my guys come back, I'm going to give you a car. Go check into your hotel, have some lunch, give us a call around 4 or whatever. And I'm like, okay. Then I'm thinking, okay, great. It's gonna cost us a boatload of money because we're from Mass, and I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Didn't even cost us. I want to say it cost us less than $250 to fix my Jeep. I got a loaner car. And
$7,000.
No, I got a loaner car, and we checked in. We had lunch. We did a couple things, and then we went to. There was like a CVS next to it. Got some stuff, like some little wine things for Mom and for the little fridge at the hotel room, whatever. And it was like 4 o'clock, because I think he said it was we should call closer to 4:30. But I'm like, I'm gonna call him now. And I called him and said, hi. He goes, oh, come on down. Your car's all done. And we didn't know how much it was going to cost yet either. Oh, no, actually, I think we did before that. But needless to say, he gave us a loaner. He didn't take, they had my car, so that was enough collateral. But I mean, they were really, really nice and very, very, very helpful. And he said, no, you're going to get your car back today. If I find you a radiator, it's getting done today. And so I said, can I take some of your business cards and let my people know down in Mass if they're ever in there? He goes, absolutely. So I took a bunch of his cards a long time ago. And I took he goes, we're going to leave the radiator outside of the garage, pick it up tomorrow, because it was within warranty. Because where I got it done at, he was part of this program where he was on like a certain limit of a warranty. So if a part does something like this, he can get his money back for it too. So I got reimbursed, and so did he, however that program worked.
Right.
Because I got reimbursed for the money we paid for the new radiator, and he got reimbursed because their
labor.
part pooped the bed and whatever. So it was kind of a win-win for me and my original mechanic down here. And they left it in a box that he goes. They put like they had it double boxed. It was because I don't think it was a box that came, so it wasn't a perfect fit to put the top on. So, but they put both pieces underneath, and they put I think a towel or something under so that it didn't leak through because he knew it was going in my car. Like I said, I couldn't believe it. So by 4 o'clock, 4:15 that day, my car was back and had a brand new radiator in it.
There you go.
And
Try doing that now.
And they didn't charge us an arm and a leg for any of that. Maybe because it was Maine and rates are cheaper up there. I don't know.
No, but working on a Jeep isn't all that bad.
No. So
everything's up front. So just to yank out a radiator and put another one in, it doesn't really take long.
Yeah. And when he told us that we were gonna get the car, my car was already lifted up, and I'm like, I said, all our stuff's in the back. So the kid took a ladder to the back of the Jeep, climbed up, and he was handing my bags as my car's on the left. I'm like,
catch!
I'm like, thanks. And we didn't have too much. We had, but that was really, really funny. But, all right, so it's 1:45. I'm going to kind of...
Get out of here, really? It's 1:45?
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of...
Oh, my God, it felt like 4:30. I'm only kidding.
It really did. So we're going to wrap this up, and... thanks for coming over, Chris. This was cool. Hopefully we'll get like maybe a few more people down here and we'll have like a little group session.
A group session? Nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
See what I do? Therapy. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be seeing you on the Lily Pad.